Welcome to Eerie Bites of History, your daily serving of strange bites of the past. Today, we have a writer's cryptic demise, the birth of an internet giant, and a clash of empires on the sea, all of which happened on September 27th. Let's begin. On September 27th, 1849, Edgar Allan Poe set out on what would be his final and most mysterious journey. By all accounts, Poe was in good health when he left Richmond, Virginia, bound for Philadelphia. Yet somewhere along the way, his path took a dark, unexplained turn. Days later, he was discovered in the streets of Baltimore, disorientated, delirious, and dressed in clothes that were not his own. Witnesses described him as incoherent, slipping in and out of consciousness, unable to explain how he'd come to be there. He was taken to Washington College Hospital, where he lingered for 4 days, calling out the name Reynolds, though no one knew who that figure was. On October 7th, Poe died, just 40 years old, never regaining enough clarity to tell his own story. The cause of his death remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. Theories range from alcohol poisoning and rabies to violent assault and even a bizarre 19th century election fraud scheme known as cooping, where victims were kidnapped and forced to vote multiple times in disguise. But the lack of certainty has kept his death shrouded in legend. To this day, Poe's final journey feels like something lifted from one of his own tales, unsettling and unfinished. Poe's death definitely does feel like one of his stories, mysterious and tragic. His stories may live on, but the man himself slipped away under circumstances as shadowy as if he wrote his own story. On September 27, 1998, Google marked its official birthday, though no one is entirely sure why. Unlike most companies, which celebrate the day of their founding or their first public launch, Google's chosen date is strangely arbitrary. The company was incorporated weeks earlier, and its domain was registered before that, yet for reasons never fully explained, even by Google itself, September 27th was later declared as its birthday of the world's largest search engine. What makes it even stranger is that Google quietly shifted its birthday, moving it from September 7th to the 26th and finally the 27th. To this day, employees admit there's no definitive reason behind that decision. The irony is impossible to ignore. The company that claims to organize the world's information can't seem to explain its own original date. For conspiracy theorists, was September 27th chosen to align with hidden codes or corporate secrets? Or was it simply a quirk of convenience that grew into a tradition? Either way, the mystery is stuck, and the titan of modern technology, built on answers, forever carries a question mark about the day it was born. Google is always answering our questions. Maybe one day it will answer the questions around its own birthday. On September 27th, in the year 480 BC, the legendary Battle of Salamis came to an end. The naval clash between the vastly outnumbered Greek fleet and the mighty Persian navy was one of the most destructive turning points in the ancient world. The Greeks, led by Thermocles, lured the Persians into a narrow strait near Salamis, where their larger ships had become trapped and vulnerable. Outmaneuvered, the Persians suffered from a crushing defeat, saving Greece from conquest and reshaping Western history, but the tale also carries an eerie legend. Ancient accounts describe how ghost warriors are seen moving across the waters during the chaos of battle. Figures believed to be the spirits of Marathon, fallen heroes from a decade earlier who returned to aid their homeland. To terrified soldiers, the cries and shadows drifting on the waves seemed otherworldly, as if the forces fought alongside the Greeks. Whether it was an illusion from the smoke and fire, or something born of their fear, the stories have endured for centuries. It was a win, but also a moment cloaked in mystery, where history and legend blur upon the sea. Like your history snack-sized? Drop us a comment with your favorite bite and subscribe. Join us daily for your eerie dose of the past.